I'm about to give you three very unconventional ways to increase your vibration, ways to increase your frequency. And I'm going to tell you why this is so crucial to creating the life that you want and why so much about what this channel is about. So, three unconventional ways to raise your vibration. Hey, if you haven't been here before, my name is Gavin Weber. This channel is all about aligning with your best life. Now, that can look a lot of ways. That can look with your career, with your purpose, with relationships. What do you know is possible that you may not haven't happened right now in your life that you really want to create, that you really want to allow? That's what this channel is about, is to figure out what's not working and get in touch with what's possible and how to get things going in the direction that you were hoping that they would go. Now, obviously, there's a lot of things that happen in life that go different than our plans. There are things that we can do to make it a lot more fun, to make it a lot more enjoyable as we experience this thing called life. Excited that you're here and really invite you to subscribe, to like this, that gets it out there, to leave a comment, ask questions. So without further ado, I'm going to first answer why this is so important, that in the art of alignment, when you're aligning with the life that you want, the creation, the manifestations that you want, it's crucial that you have a very high vibration, a very high frequency, and you're aligning with that frequency of that creation. So if you're operating down here and what you want is up here, obviously it's not a match. They're just going to go right by each other. And quite frankly, your number one job is to stay in a good place, is to feel good, is to operate from a very high frequency. And so when you're doing that naturally, without needing anything out there to go a certain way, without it being contingent upon it already happening, that's the thing. People want to feel good after what they want happens. And the whole idea is to feel and know as if it already did, because it has. It may not be in the reality you're experiencing right now, but that reality exists right now and you need to align with it. So it's important because that's what's causing the manifestation. That's what's causing it to occur, is your thoughts and your feelings combined are what's showing you what you think you're seeing. And how you come from that internally, how you come from that from a place of belief and then exude that out into the world is the manifestation of what you see in your life. That is terrible news for a lot of people. Like, you mean all this stuff is happening because something within me? To a certain degree, yes. I'm not here to blame, but I am here to empower you, to help you take responsibility that in many areas of your life, you can take responsibility and shift things. And even though some things of the world events, things around you may happen, that you don't have to go and spiral and stay there and feel like a victim and feel helpless and hopeless, that you can stay at a high vibration and get back on the track of what your purpose is, what's possible for you. And in these times, there are a million things in the news going on that would make you want to come from anger, that would make you want to go out and do retribution, that regardless of whatever side you consider yourself to be on all the world events, like at some level, those are limiting factors that we're all creating to help us stay caught in the illusion of separation and away from love. And then guess what? We're stuck. And then we're able to be controlled. And then we don't align with what's possible. So it's crucial that your job is to raise your vibration and frequency. Now, I'm going to give you three things today that I haven't seen these out there. This is something that I've been doing that is very helpful. I'm going to teach you alignment. Then a big part of that is staying in a very high frequency, a high vibration. So number one on the list, and there's going to be three things. And by the way, it's just easier to explain it this way. These are going to be at segments of the day. Highly recommend there has to be something first thing in the morning, whether you get up, right when you get up, maybe half an hour, but it's got to be habitual that you are doing something first thing in the morning. Then mid-afternoon, those hours from 12 to 2 is where a lot of people feel depleted, feel tired. Oh, I wish you could have a nap, which isn't the worst thing in the world. And then number three is before you go to bed. So sometime within an hour of going to bed. Those are the three things we want to become habitual and concentrate on. Okay. So number one, what I want you to do is if your feelings and your thoughts and your beliefs are dictating all the events of your life, which we'll go into more detail in quantum physics, but that's being proven to be correct in a multitude of ways, is that morning is everything. And so, what I want to encourage you to do is to have a very crystal clear, I would call it a vision statement that you read every day. Now, you could recreate this every day. You could have it for the week. You could have it for the month. That's kind of what I do is I kind of have it like, hey, this is where I'm at this month. These are the kind of things I'd like to see happen in my life. This is what I would like to bring to each of my days from an energy and vibrational standpoint. So you can do this two ways. You can just do it very simple and just write it down. You can write it in the tense of am, things like I'm so excited now that, you know, I have started dating somebody that would fit all my criteria. I found my perfect job. I love what I'm doing now more than I ever have. But like in the tense that it's already happening, what you want to have happen. You can also, it's very powerful, is to write it as if use your name. Like, Gavin, it's so exciting that blah, blah, blah is happening. Same thing I just said, but use your name instead of I am. Both of those are powerful. Don't get caught up on those details. And you could just write a very descriptive paragraph. I would encourage you to go pretty detailed and possibly even put it in Claude or ChatGPT and say, hey, here's my vision statement. I want you to amp it up with some description, with some feelings. And really, as I read this, resonate with what, you've got to give it the main points. You've got to give it the juice, but tell it, how would you like it to make you feel? What kind of descriptive words? What kind of energy would you want to have while reading it? And this is one of the fun things about AI these days is that it'll do something very cool. And then if you want to tweak a little bit, rewrite the prompt. But what I want you to do is take that vision state. And when you are going to meditate, and if you're not meditating, we'll talk about that in another video, but you need to meditate. I don't care if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, but right before the meditation, I want you to read that statement and read it with feeling aloud and like that you're energetically aligned with that. Then I want you to meditate and I want you to hold in that space, that alignment, that frequency, that vibration. Picture in your mind all those things happening and haven't already happened as is it's done. And it is. It's so done, right? And the more you do this and the more you experience this, the easier this becomes. And at first, and be like, oh, this feels kind of weird. Then after the meditation, you're going to read it again just as strong, like just as much gratitude and thank you for this happening. And that you say a little prayer like, let me bring this into my day. Let me serve from the highest. Okay. So when you meditate, read that before and after with great feeling. Number two, in the middle of the day, we're feeling a little stagnant, a little like, okay, I need to brush through the morning events and get into the rest of my day and come from a high place of energy, of vibration. So something my wife and I have been doing a lot lately, and that we read the benefits, is bouncing. And we got a little trampoline in our house. It's very safe, but try to bounce anywhere from like 4 to 10 minutes a day. And what that does is I highly encourage you. That's not what this video is about. I'll probably do another one. Like, go read about the benefits of bouncing. But the number one thing I feel is my blood circulating, my endorphins flowing. If you don't have a trampoline, definitely you can just jump up and down. You can just jump and stay. And like I kind of move around, get the static electricity going and just jumping up and down. And it's going to get your heart rate going. It's going to wake you up. And it's kind of a way to like jostle you, push you out of whatever's been happening that day and back into the present moment. You really kind of feel the body again. You take deep breaths afterwards and you get to a high vibration of alignment. So jump every day. Could even be 15 to 20 minutes. If you like jogging, go jogging. If you like exercising, you can do that. But I do feel like there's something really big about jumping. So make that part of it that you're jumping up and down. I'll do a whole video about the benefits of it. Also, I want you on the third thing before you go to bed. You've heard of gratitude journals, right? I want you to take it a little spin up. So, with the gratitude journal, I want you to first think about something in your day that didn't go well, that made you kind of feel bad, that brought you down a little bit. And I know it's like, hey, Gavin, why am I bringing attention to that? You'll see why. But so often throughout our life, we don't realize when we're feeling bad. Like we kind of feel like, oh, hey, when we're happy, like, oh, this feels good. But we don't know how often that we're feeling down or depressed or sad or angry. So, like, really want to be able to get that awareness. So think about that during the day and try to take yourself back like, gosh, how did I feel in that moment when that meeting didn't go well, or I got that bad news about something at work, or my kids annoyed me in some way, or something happened to them that upset you. But kind of analyze it. Go, gosh, was that really that big of a deal? How was I feeling? And then how would you put it in a different segment? How would you redo it vibrationally and frequency wise if you could go back and do it? And to kind of walk yourself through that in the space. Gosh, my son had a cut from an elbow in a basketball game. All is well. I was nervous at first. I was queasy. I didn't like seeing the blood. I know good is going to come from this. I know it's going to heal. I know we have a great plan that there won't be any scarring. And I'm feeling much better about this. And why this is so crucial is if you can learn to do that at night on those events, you'll be able to recognize it during the day and like, hey, this is what I usually do at night. I can shift from this. I can raise my vibration in this event. So something that used to cause me to spiral or cause the whole rest of the day not to be good, I can like realign myself because of this event and stay on track and realize that nothing can get in the way of who I am and how I want to feel and what's possible. Next, you've got that gratitude journal out. Now I want you to write 3 things and that you were so grateful for and that made you feel so good about the day. And when I say good, really, I'm not saying like good because in the scheme of life it was good or bad, but that you felt aligned, that you felt excited, that you felt like you were coming from a higher place because you were attuning, you were coherent with who you were, who you are, who you're becoming, and that you want to acknowledge that, you want to reward that, and you want to, whenever you think about that, get back to that feeling. So the first thing on the negative thing is like to get back to the feeling of alignment. For the other 3 things that you love about your day or more, that you're getting back to that alignment. And what we're going to be doing with this channel is we're going to be stair stepping you, that you're operating from here and then operating from here and then operating from here. And that you just start noticing, gosh, life seems to be getting a little easier. It seems to be working a little bit better for me. It's not as painful or as hard as it used to feel. It seems like more things are just naturally happening without all the effort. And guess what? When things when things aren't happening the way that I want, I'm still happy. I still feel connected. I still feel aligned. And that, you all, is freedom. It's not, oh, I have a certain amount of money in the bank and then I'm free. Oh, I get to do what I want all day with my work, then I'm free. Like all those things are nice, but those are what the world would have you say is freedom. And what true freedom is that alignment, that in every moment you know who you are. In every moment you feel whole, you feel abundant, you feel loving, you feel joyful. And then you go give that because that's what you are. And then you're the giver of alignment. You're the giver of all the things you want, which is the prover of that, which is the experience of that. You can't give what you don't have, what you aren't. So that's true freedom, is understanding in every moment you can operate a very high vibration, even during tragedies, even towards things that are very fun to go through, possibly even very sad. And yes, it is a little bit easier when it's the things like, oh, I enjoy this. I kind of like this. I was kind of hoping this would happen. You'll know you're ascending. You'll know you're awakening when the things of this world no longer have the effect on you. And the three unconventional things I just said about raising your vibration are going to help you move into that higher vibration on a frequently access basis consciously. And that's the whole thing. Are you letting life come at you and then you're reacting? Or are you consciously creating the life that's in front of you? And we're going to dive into that very often, more and more, because you are going to get to experience what's possible for you, who you really are, and all the bliss and wonderful things waiting for you as you align with them. So do these three things today. I will see you in the next video. Looking forward to it. Hey, share comments, hit the bell button so you get all my videos. I kind of doing a restart on this channel that I had started years ago, and I would invite and love your support. So share this, write a comment. All of that helps to getting it out into the YouTube algorithm. Thanks so much, my friends, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.